Let's break down some Tarkov. In this first clip, my partner, Cookie, got clapped by what was only described as thick boys. I was off on the other side of the map being a good loot goblin inside the marked room. Luckily, I had screwed up my scenes on the stream, and so we get to see his perspective of this whole event happen. Let's take a look. What now? Oh, you're dead.
Thick guy.
You heard it. Thick guy. So in this moment, I'm on the other side of the building. I don't have to take this fight. I could have just easily have left, but I can't let them get away with murder. So I decide it's time to engage. Let's watch this play out. Dude, I hate this fucking part of the map, dude. This fucking part of the map. Oh, so close. So right here, I hear glass crunching upstairs, and from map knowledge, I know that there's a room that's kind of vaguely across the hall as I come up around these stairs and look out. So I'm expecting there's two. I've only heard one. I'm just gonna kind of go take a peek. But as I do, you can see this guy runs past right up the stairs. I hit him a couple of times, but I know that there's a second one. So immediately I disengage, run back down the stairs. So this is that way his friend is not standing in the other room and just lights me up. That guy doesn't, immediately turn on me and hit me while I'm trying to reload. So here we go. I'm going to take the tiniest little angle because they could be sitting right here waiting for me. It's not exactly the most advised move. I'm looking from the left-hand side. I made a bunch of noise. They kind of know, obviously, that I'm coming from below them here. And you can hear me say it in just a moment. Dude, I hate this fucking part of the map, dude. It's right there. I have no idea what floor they're on. I'm just trying to clear up, and all of a sudden the dude just peeks out from one of the rooms down below, and it's just like in my back. So I just snap around, fire randomly, hoping to just either kill him outright or at least get him off my back so that I can get to safety. So now I've gotten a heavy bleed. I'm missing an arm, missing a stomach. My leg's a little messed up. I go ahead and pop a propofol just to kind of counteract that heavy bleed, get health kind of going into my body, just in case they are trying to push immediately. Right here, you can hear them moving, and they've decided to split up. So there's one on each side of the building now. This is a horrible position. The entire time that I was sitting here, I'm going, this is bad. I don't want to be here. And it took me a moment to really think about what I wanted to do. And it kind of keyed off of them doing something more than me. So I heard the guy on the stairs. I knew he was kind of vaguely right there. So I just came around the corner, fired quick, and just tried to get away because I didn't want to be between the two guys. I wanted to put them all on one side. So that way, I had a reasonable way to shoot at both of them, or, whatever, get me out of the middle. Now I can finally take care of that heavy bleed. Look for other guy. So right here, this is the interesting choice. I just ran across in front of the guy that I knew was in the stairs because I saw the guy in front of me. The guy in the stairs has a lot of choices right now. He could toss nades in here and I'd be pretty screwed. Like, there's another room that I could potentially go into, but I mean, if it was a nade, I might not have time, which would probably force me out into the hall. But he doesn't. So I take a quick peep. I keep moving across the door instead of leaning out to where he's looking, because he's probably expecting me to lean peek that door. So I move across, getting that constant motion, making it harder for me to hit or get hit. And I drop him. Right here, this guy's pushing me. I know that he's gonna walk up. I'm hoping I can just kind of get the jump on him and do kind of the same thing where I zoom out across the hallway, constant motion. That way I'm not right where he's expecting me. I get a couple hits maybe, but it wasn't enough. And there it is, getting clapped. So let's go look at this one just a little bit more. So I take a good fight here, good motion, get out of the little hole that I'm in, and I move to the stairs. So now I have a lot of options. I could have gone up, I could have gone down. He probably doesn't really know. It's hard to tell, like I said, with the sound of this building. So I could be anywhere for him. So as I'm pushing down, I kind of like recock, reassess. I'm like, you know what? I need to go push this guy. That was a bad choice. I was not healed. I was not in a good, good position to really take that fight. So I run up the stairs. I thought he would be more to that side where I shot at him first, but instead he's on the right-hand side. So as I'm coming out of that doorway, the light comes on and I'm like, man, I can't look right now. If I stop, I'm going to die. I push all the way across into this room. So now I'm sitting in this room again, back in this corner where I can't get out of no matter what I do. I have these 2 rooms to play with and that's it. I hear him moving, so I know that he's pushing me right now. So the thing that gets me killed right here, the thing that I want to learn from this is with the sound cue that I had right here, I should not have started a sprint towards the door to try and counter push him. Counter pushing him and getting like some pre-fire might have been effective here, but instead I started sprinting. And what that happens is you can see down here, my gun is down. I am not able to engage him already. His gun is up very clearly by this flashlight in my face. So now I'm just standing there, no gun, no ready to fire. I get my gun up, I get a couple shots. It really wasn't enough. He had like 3 or 4 extra freaking bullets on me. I was pretty dead. And then he got the headshot, with the recoil. If my gun had been up, if I just kind of waited, knowing that he was pushing, knowing that I heard him walking on wood right there, I could have started just pre-firing the door and just pivoting out, just going across as I fire. I had 60 round mags. Yeah, it's expensive, but I could have done it. I could have sat there and just pied out that door shooting bullets and possibly gotten the kill instead of pushing into him without a gun up, taking 3 or 4 shots before I could even start firing. What I'd really like to focus on with this though is that in these moments, we're talking, we can play this back and we can look at it in slow motion. We can look at it over and over again and kind of figure out what went wrong and how to play it better. But at the end of the day, we're talking that happened in the matter of a few seconds. I decided to run across the stairs, saw him in the hallway with the light, just kept going, and then I got clapped. The better choice is that when I got to the stairs, realizing in that moment that I had outs, that I had the ability to kind of reset, kind of get the meds, get some more ammo and magazines, and take a better fighting position against this guy. I do believe the reason that I decided to go back up and cross was to try and get that advantage of the right-hand side. So if I was going to come across and lean out of that door or try and come out of that door, at least then I'm not trying to take a left-hand peek, because anything in that stairwell was going to be a left-hand peek. So I think the biggest takeaway here, the thing that I would like to break down the most, is that in these fights, I chose to take this fight, right? Like my friend died and I was like, okay, I'm going to go fight these guys. I wasn't locked into that fight. So I had to choose how to take that fight. And what I decided to do was go across in the bottom. I almost caught the dude out when he was crossing up in front of me, but there probably could have been a better way to kind of engage them so that I wasn't at the disadvantage. At the end of the day, it worked out killing the first guy, but that was mostly because they split up. They weren't super synchronized with how they were coming at me. If they had both pushed at the exact same time when I was in that little lobby area, I would have been toast. Like there's no chance that I would have been able to shoot one guy, spin around and shoot the other guy without getting clapped. Because the one guy ran across and I was able to kind of shoot at him a couple times. The other guy didn't push me right then. I was able to run past him and get into a better position to fight one-on-one and take that 1v1 fight and then move on to the next 1v1 fight. So I was able to play that okay, but I think it could have played better, and that's why we're doing this. I do like the opportunity to learn. And at the end of the day, taking these fights do cost me a lot of rubles that I don't have to, right? Like I didn't have to go fight that guy with all that loot. It was probably, 500K worth of gear. But I do know how to make rubles, and I can show you how to do that in this video right here.